Thomas College has a tradition of inviting students to speak at commencement. Today, we will hear from Scarlett Stevens speaking for the undergraduate candidates and Javier Abascal Carrasco representing the graduate students. Scarlett is from Bradford, Maine, and will be receiving her Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice, graduating magna cum laude.
Good afternoon, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Scarlett Stevens, and I am honored to be speaking to you today on behalf of the Thomas College class of 2014. I'd like to thank my classmates for selecting me to be their voice today. Growing up, my mother used to tell me and my sister that we were only given so many words, and we should use them wisely, or we would use them up. Well, lucky for you guys today, she was wrong. For the first and only time. But since we all know I love to talk, I promise to keep this short and dazzle you all with my newfound intelligence. It is amazing to see all my friends I've made over the past 4 years gathered today to end a chapter of our lives. It is hard to believe it all began 4 short years ago. We would not be here today if it wasn't for the encouragement, drive, and support from our parents, families, and the faculty and staff here at Thomas College. And of course, for some of you, a few study guides. So thank you for believing in us. Right now, it is so tempting to try to sum up the past 4 years. It'd be nice to pack it up, everything we've learned, put a little handle on it, carry it with us onto this shiny train of the future, and say, this was my time at Thomas College. Wasn't it great? It's been a long 4 years. For some of us, maybe 5 or 6, but we're not judging. And now that journey is at an end. One door is closing, while another, more daunting door is opening. The fear of uncertainty is one that will affect us all. But if our education at Thomas has given us anything, it is the tools to meet that uncertainty head on. Where to from here? That question I propose to you, class of 2014. Many of us already know, or claim to know, exactly the next step to take. The problem is, how do we get there? The next step could be another internship, a full-time job, or maybe a backpacking trip through Europe. But now that we have this shiny diploma in our hands soon, how do we walk out of these doors and conquer the world? If I knew that question, I wouldn't be standing here right now, scared out of my mind. What I do know is that I have spent the last 4 years meeting some of the most amazing people in my life and building relationships that made it possible for me to graduate from Thomas College. When I look back on this day in the future, I won't remember all the classes I took or the soccer games I attended and played in. It will be the everyday moments that are at the forefront of my memories. During my sophomore year, my friends and I were sitting in one of those everyday moments, doing nothing of consequence, playing some Call of Duty, wearing some sweatpants, and eating some pizza. The kind of things you do when just being with your friends is enough to make you content. Fun, sure, but not really remarkable. And I suddenly had this flash. I imagined myself transported from 20 years in the future, looking at this ordinary picture, and I felt dumbfounded. This silly little incident, this doodle in my margin of my life, was yanking me by the wrist and demanding attention. Why? There was nothing inherently profound or sacred about it. What we were doing, unless you think killing zombies is some metaphor for something. No one was contemplating the nature of truth and beauty, or even talking about the next exam. But it was in that moment, and all it seemed ordinary, owned its own existence to the unspoken force of our friendship. And that is where the meaning comes from. Grand, resounding revelation only defines some of the things we do in college. The rest, even the majority, are shaped by simple time with the people around us. The ones joking with us, quizzing us on definitions, or standing behind us in line for a smoothie. I realize the future isn't some high-speed train that's impatient for the next station. It's a cart full of friends I've made, honking at me from the driveway to get going, and all I have to do is pour a travel cup of coffee, maybe grab a map, and get out of there. Be with them, make more moments. Because it's not that we're going somewhere, it's just that we're going. Embodying the verb tense, being present. progressing. So look at your college life, but not as some literal big picture that's been sketched, studied, and carefully captioned. See it as a mosaic. All the absurd little episodes of your life, all the proofreading each other's papers, all the trips to the nurse when you should have been cramming, all the laughing during dinner in the cafeteria, these fragments we've been gluing together. These are the things that possess the truest vitality. These are the things that build you. In the words of C.S. Lewis, friendship is unnecessary. Like philosophy, like art, it has no survival value. Rather, it is one of those things that will give us value to survival. This is our chance to trace our dream, and thankfully, our dreams have changed. If we had stuck with our first dream, this room would be overrun with cowboys and princesses. Remember the friendships you made here at Thomas, and how important those last few years have been to you. So as we turn the next chapter in our lives, I say good luck, and from the words of my father, may the force be with you.